Hi, I'm here at the Science Fiction Writers Conference and I will present one of my dystopian worlds that I think could be transformed into a movie.
Welcome to the conference. Could you describe your world, please?
Yes, so it's this futuristic world in 2050 where everything is very neat and organized. The citizens hate everything related to mess, and they are terrified of germs, chaos, noise, disorder, diseases, bacteria, and etc. And everyone likes to be equal. They don't like to see different things. They like everything to be the same. In this world, the streets are very clean, neat, organized, they all look the same and very spacious, very big, even too big. Humans all look alike and have no emotions. The weather is always the same. It's not nighttime, but it's not daytime either. It's between them. It's extremely silent. There are no animals, and in the streets there's no kids or elderly. So humans are born in a lab with specifically chosen chromosomes, and then they are sent to an education center where they're taught for a specifically chosen job that matches their chromosomes. Humans are monitored with microchips, and they're under surveillance because there's lots of cameras everywhere. There's also a lot of propaganda so that humans don't break the rules, but most people actually admire and worship this society because they're actually brainwashed every day. So that's my description of my world.
Wow, that's an interesting world. So, could you tell me the rules?
Yeah, so humans are submitted to 10 fundamental rules. The first one is that all people must wear the same uniform, which is a gray shirt and black pants, and also wear gloves. The second rule is that people cannot express strong emotions, sing or dance. The third rule is that people aren't allowed to touch each other. The fourth rule is that real animals and pets aren't allowed because of germs. But in the fifth rule, it says that we are allowed to have a stuffed animal instead of a real one. The sixth rule is that all public areas must be germless, big, safe, and cannot have any obstacles to make a human trip or break a leg or something. The seventh rule is that every building must have at least 10 bottles of cleaning product. The eighth rule is that it is strongly forbidden to be out after 6 p.m. The ninth rule is that all food must be bland, flavorless, and colorless. And the last rule is that humans can only have one friend.
Wow, those are big rules. Okay, now, do you have a speech planned or something?
Yes, so I've planned a speech that the governor could say, so here goes. Hello, world. It is I, your governor. I'm here to thank you all for your cooperation. Because of you, we are here. We've eliminated dirt, emotions, noise, changing weather, all these nasty things that make us weak. Now, we cannot get sick, we can't get hurt, we can't be ugly, and most importantly, we cannot die. We are all perfect. Our world is perfect. Anyhow, we have to maintain our perfect level to the top and continue what we have been doing, which means obedience and discipline. Together, we shall grow higher. I believe in you, world citizens, and you should believe in me. Again, thank you. And remember, respect the rules, and we will be upon perfect! So yeah, this is my dystopian world, and I hope you're interested in it.
Oh yes, I'm definitely interested. I'll give you a call later on. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Metropolis is a wonderful city, secure buildings and an amazing atmosphere to live with kids. It is a futuristic city and has a really advanced technology. But this prosperous city is kept by a big group of men who work in the underground. They must work all day with no break. These second-class citizens must respect some rules. They can't talk to each other. They must wear uniform. They can't talk to privileged people. They have forbidden to rebel. They always must wear shaved hair. They mustn't take off their control microchip. They must take the feeling pill every day. And they can have more than one big lunch per day. The man right here is Dr. Smirnov, the smartest person in Metropolis who is also a scientist, and he is working in a new project.
Dear friends, you have been working in this school for a very long time, and you've been living in awful conditions. You are the slaves, and the rulers up there are the kings. All this must end. They don't even pay you, and you work 12 hours daily. But I have the solution to all your problems. After a year of work, a lot of mistakes, and an infinity patience, I have created the smartest machine in this world. Robot. With this machine, 50 workers could leave this hell and stop working. This is the future! But now, I need you to help. Let's invert the tyrant! We must now act.
The world made an enormous mistake. It's 2070 and the streets are grey. I can't see the sky. I can't watch the sunset because there's no more sun. My name is Mary606, but people call me Mary. I'm 23 years old. This is horrible. On the last elections in 2060, everyone in America made the wrong choice, voting for Russ West. Now, God West, yes, we have to call him that way, and no, he doesn't have a number, is in charge of the whole world. The day after the elections, Ross became a dictator imposing 10 rules. I remember when I was young, I was studying the dictators in Europe. They seem scary and cruel, but Ross is way worse. We don't have life. We really don't. The 10 rules said girls have to cut their hair off and have to wear a hat. Now I'm hiding at home from the surveillance camera, but I should be wearing a hat. After he said boys can only cut their hair off once a year, homosexuals relationships are not allowed, so that's a pity for my neighbor. Pets or any animal are being killed, so we don't have to pass again that coronavirus crisis. That's what he said, and then he said, you should thank me for that. Thank you, Russ West. After he said, no sports allowed, restaurants will be closed, every room is having a surveillance camera which can hear. If you ask, we also have a surveillance camera on the bathroom. No phones allowed, and I'm filming this with an old creepy phone from my dad. And if any of these rules are broken, Ross West, the god, will choose himself the years or months in prison. So that's just great. Now, after 10 years, I can't even count how much rules we have, and I think that nobody has the count. There's, of course, rule number 11 says, Ross West is a god, and he will be respected. He makes every decision he wants. That's rule number 11. It's a nice rule, right? And his most famous speech is where he said, "I'm the boss, and you're my little rats. I choose your life, and I control it. If you disrespect me, that's okay. No more life for you. Follow every order I make, or you will regret it. If you're too smart, that's okay. You'll be brainwashed, or you'll be closed in a room for life." And he said, "I give you options. You should thank me for that." Well, again, thank you, Ross West, the god. And then he said, "A little resume. I'm the boss, and you're my rats. Only rats."
In the near future, the world's resources have diminished drastically due to overpopulation. To fight this crisis, each country has to cut their population by 4% annually. Several rules have to be followed to achieve this. Only people with stable jobs are allowed to have one child, and single parenting isn't an option. The population is controlled by the government. Simple things like writing a book are banned. All books must be written by the government experts to supervise the opinions and thoughts of the population. Another method to cut the population is a test called the diminishment. All students have to take it. The lowest scoring students are executed. The week before the diminishments, students of the same grade are not allowed to talk to each other without surveillance. Cheating is forbidden at all costs, and if you get caught, you automatically fail the test. At the age of 11, microchips are inserted in our necks to keep track of our every move. In this world, different opinions are seen as something negative and bad. Each year, the president gives a speech to brainwash the citizens who protest against the diminishment. My dear citizens, as you know, our resources are running out because of the overpopulation. That's why we created the diminishment, a test that our children will take to decide who gets to live. Some of you might think that this method is barbaric, but what is wrong about wanting the best and smartest citizens to live? With this test, we create a better version of our people. We have succeeded with the diminishment. Right now, we are the country with the less population and the most resources. We're the best, and there's nothing wrong about being the best. Am I right?
Hello, Mr. President. Hello, ladies. Hello, gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My name is Marco Martinez. I am the Minister of Defense and Home Affairs. I am also individual number 2038. In these times of problems and danger, we must act quickly. We need solutions. That's why I, the rest of the officials, and the President decided to put in place an authoritarian regime. To do this, we had to dissolve the UN and temporarily suppress the civil rights. This regime will be based on fear, to better control the population. Armed soldiers will be on the streets, as well as many surveillance cameras. Here are some of the laws in the new constitution. No one can leave his home without authorization for more than an hour per day. The writing of a book, the publication of a press article, the dissemination of information, or the sending of a letter is completely prohibited, and if possible, censure will be strictly enforced. Internet access is prohibited. The possession of a telephone or a computer is banned. Television channels will only broadcast propaganda films. It is forbidden to have an opinion, even less to share it. It is forbidden to dress to taste. You must wear bright colors and clothes. It is forbidden to remove your electronic bracelet. The police are allowed to strike, hit, and if necessary, to kill a person who does not respect laws. Thank you, Mr. President.